The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
What's the fuss?
Oh. We don't have a beer cracker. Hold on. There we go. Now it's official.
All is right with the world.
You can have that one. I have a full one.
I'll follow up. I was just waiting on somebody to kick it off.
I was like, I don't have a beer cracker.
Who are we and what are we doing? Where are we?
What's
going on here?
Yeah, we're not in the normal studio. We're in John's backyard. Well, John's parents' backyard.
This is the house I was in when I was in high school.
It's the side yard, and it's called the pod patio.
the pod patio.
Pod patio.
The pod patio.
Patio works.
Patio works. I like that. Yeah.
I think something else is already called patio. That's why I'm not going to jump on that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, it's got to be. Everything has been kind of taken.
I've named everything. Every studio we've ever recorded in, I give it a stupid little name, and this one is pod patio. Like it, love it, hate it, doesn't matter. It's the name.
Yeah. What is that about naming the studio?
It's like a thing, so I always give it a silly name.
Shedio from
Shedio
Jones.
Yep. The Snoodio, Tom and Dan famous. The Snoodio, greatest, the best one probably. Like hats off to those guys.
I feel like anywhere we record, we got to name it.
Yeah, the apartment
Rat's
studios.
Nest, I know.
Rat's Nest Studios. Yes.
Apartment something. Yeah,
my apartment.
God,
we had a name.
The early days of What's the Fuss, we had a few.
What's the Words Heard Studios?
Yeah, but we had the Words Heard Studios. We had Studio 27 at the Words Heard. Wait, what was it?
Oh, yeah.
Studio 27.
It was some weird.
Is that because all those people die at 27? 27 Club?
I think that was part of it. Etchy, like this band, Screeching Weasel, and there was something like 27.
You're talking about the dude with a weasel tattooed on his belly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
he likes those guys? Who knew?
And then we thought of 27 words that we weren't allowed to
Oh, the 27 words that hurt.
Yeah.
Hence words hurt. 27 words hurt.
Well,
it's like George Carlin. You just took George Carlin and doubled it.
I got into the words hurt thing math. Because it doesn't make sense. Words literally cannot hurt you. That's ridiculous. If words hurt you are ill-equipped as a human being.
A little Sticks and Stones parable. Jinx, you owe me a parable.
Your parents have done a shitty
tells
job.
Me otherwise.
Words hurt you. That's the most pussy shit I've ever heard in my life. But this is.
Don't call me a pussy. That hurts.
Episode 244. Correct?
I think.
Episode
Shut the door.
240. I knew you were going to say something.
Sorry.
244. Give me more.
Wow. What a whore.
Oi.
Of What's the Fuzz podcast. My name is Rocky. I am the host of the show. With me is my producer, John Hannon.
Glad you're feeling better, man.
Thank you very much. And also we have Pizza Peisenberg with us.
Post-COVID. Not me, Rocky.
Yes, I did have COVID. Do you guys want to talk about that?
We can.
Not a lot to...
No.
Not a lot to say.
Yeah, I know. It's so blasé now, right? We're a year in. It's like, you want to talk about it? Nope. You had it. Cool. Moving on.
Now two of three of us have gotten it now.
Well, it was a pain in the butt. It really was. It wasn't I wasn't very sick. The only thing that really got me was my legs hurt very bad.
That's weird.
The body ache was amazing.
Specifically your legs.
My legs hurt so bad. At one point, I wondered if there was going to be permanent damage.
What? Really?
My legs hurt
hang on.
So bad.
Well, they do have to hold you up. Does that not have anything to do with it?
Actually, how often do you see how often do you see Rocky wear pants?
Occasionally.
Yeah, every
it's an
once in a
occasional
while.
thing. I don't know why he's wearing them today.
I
It's
wear
fucking
a
hot
lot
as
of
shit.
swim
His
trunks.
pants
Swim
have a
trunks.
patch on the knee that says "fuck you." I just noticed that.
Yeah, I do.
We've been together all day. I just noticed that.
Yeah, I do.
That is a very Rocky thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
these are my favorite fucking pants. These
Yeah, that's a patch. It says "fuck you." Of course, they're your favorite.
I'm wearing only Dickies these days.
Dickies are dope.
So I'm wearing the skinny straight, which is ironic because I'm not.
Right?
I'm
Rocky
not
is
really those
both
things.
of the opposites. We call them his antonym jeans.
I don't know how I get into a pair of skinny jeans, but it's all I'm wearing these days. I got these, I got a black pair, and I got another black pair. I'm fucking into them.
Rocky's into the black skinny straights.
They're really, it's like tough
Noted
pajamas. Once you because these aren't like the Walmart Dickies.
My favorite pair of jeans is a pair of Dickies. But they're jean style, so they're not like work pants style. I love those too. Don't get me wrong; those are dope. I love them. But my favorite pair of jeans is just black, and they're Dickies. They happen to be Dickies. They just fit well. They're a little bit stretchy too. So you know when I'm bloated,
these are stretchy. These are the flex. or whatever.
Yeah,
but
of course.
also they're so like
Those fat
so
guys
if
gotta
you
wear
get
flexi
the
jeans, Johnny.
if you get
That's
like
what we're telling you.
if you get like Walmart Dickies, they'll you can wash them 100 times, they'll never be comfortable. They're
No.
like
they're
those
always
weird
like starch. They're
Fred
perma-starched.
Dursty, those Fred
right.
Dursty, and then they have the way baggy.
They make me want to break
shorts.
stuff.
Do they?
Maybe I'm biased because I used to work there, but I love a
Walmart?
good pair of Levi's.
Levi's
You
are
worked
awesome.
at Levi's?
Yeah.
What did you like? What? when
Folded
did you live in
jeans?
China?
I was gonna
and
say.
work at a sweatshop.
That's racist.
Oh, you didn't make them. Sorry, that is terrible.
You're racist.
Stop Asian hate.
Yeah, you've had. I know that you've had a series of attacks that you've been doing. You've been hurting.
Whoa,
you've been hurting
whoa,
Chinese
whoa.
people
Stop,
on.
Don't even. Let's not
on
levy those
TikTok,
allegations, sir.
and then
Right
you
on
did
live
say
Twitch
the N-word
streams,
one
on
time.
fucking on Twitch.
You said the N word, and then you called someone a Chinaman,
Swirling
Whoa.
lies.
and you hurt them.
No, I didn't.
You
She was
kicked
a
him-
lady.
you kicked him off
I
his
wouldn't have
bike.
said that.
Swirling
and then
lies.
you said Chinese flu, which is apparently you're not allowed to say that either.
No, that's a big no.
Yeah.
I think.
I remember.
I've heard.
I remember hearing that, and everybody was like, "You're not allowed to say that," and I was like, "It's way worse to tell people that they can't say things than it is to say China."
Right. See, I never tell people they can't say things. I just mentally
Right.
note it when
I
you
just-
say them.
Yeah,
And I go,
like,
okay,
so
this
that's what
person
you're supposed
is
to
an
do.
idiot, and
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my distance. Or like, noted, cool, you're a racist, or you're a homophobe,
I
or
told
whatever.
you about the job. I had
Gotcha.
a job interview not long ago with the dude said the N-word 3 times during a job interview.
See, there's got to be some level of professionalism
Was it
there.
Vince McMahon? You were getting a wrestling
He
contract?
kind of reminded me of a wrestler. He's a very intense dude, but man, I never spoke to him again after that. I wasn't gonna I'm not working for them. I'm gonna do that. If you drop it, you drop
Wait,
an
so you
N-bomb.
weren't? Oh, that wasn't where you were employed
No,
of the month
no,
at? Oh,
no.
my bad. I thought I was confused.
No, I was not employee of the month there.
I thought they hung your picture up on the
I thought
wall.
you were gonna say it hung me like
No,
who's that
whoa,
old
let's
cunt
not
in
go there.
Shawshank Redemption? Old
Oh
cunt.
yeah,
That's
when
not
he
nice
gets out of
way to-
jail,
Oh.
and because he's so old and the generations have
I
changed,
wanted to say
The
Red.
world
he gets
got itself in
overwhelmed.
an awful big hurry.
What's that
Yeah.
guy's name? Brooks.
Brooks.
Brooks
was here.
Brooks.
Shout
was
out
here.
to Brooks. This
could-
one's for Brooks.
This one's for Brooks.
Hey,
Hey,
Brookie.
Brooks.
Moment of silence for Brooks'
Brookie
neck hole.
baby, struggling to cross the street. I mean,
I kind of lost my respect for all dead people as soon as I found out that as soon as
that
you
they
die,
couldn't fight back.
you poop.
Oh yeah, when you
Yeah.
go.
You don't always. It's not. I don't think it's a thing. I think it's occasionally a thing. But I'm thinking, you know, the people that they find the bodies that they find and they go, "Oh, he shit himself. He must have just released when he died." Yeah, he
I
released
shit
when he died,
myself.
but he was on his way home to shit.
I can't stop
you know
crying.
what? God forbid you're like, oh, I got 2 miles, I can fucking squeeze it. You're driving home so fast, you get in a car wreck, you shit yourself because you're about to shit yourself anyway. I feel like that's the only.
not thinking straight.
The funniest example.
Those are the times, and they're just spreading that. And now they're
The
like,
funniest
everybody does it.
example,
No,
South
only
Park.
if you got to poop.
South Park is where I like it really brought it to my attention. South Park has the funniest episode where Chef dies, and the
God.
last thing he does is take a monster shit. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing.
What
in
is
the
it?
world.
The guy from Parks and Rec when he's having a heart attack. One of the guys calls
Jerry
it a
Gergich or
fart
whatever?
attack.
Oh,
because
yeah.
he keeps farting
Gary
uncontrollably.
Gergich. Yeah.
as he's going through this, and it's like it's very real. Like it's as it's a very serious thing, and then somebody's just fart crazy while they're going through this very
Do you
serious.
think the last thing DMX did was shit his pants?
It's
No.
he had a heart attack? Maybe.
Y'all gonna make
No,
me
his last
shit my
thing-
pants.
Up in here, up in here.
That's not funny, you guys. You should have respect for the dead.
And God said, "Let there be shit."
X gonna give it to you. That's not.
I think they would
nice.
appreciate it. I don't think that there's that much anger
That, dude, here's
or
the thing.
animosity
You
from
can't
them.
do drugs until you're 50. I mean,
Like
you'll
for your
die.
whole life.
You'll
And,
die.
Yeah, dude, the last time we talked about him on our show, he was in rehab.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
a year, it was like 2019 or so.
Well, it wasn't just but a few days ago that I posted up on the What's the Fuss Facebook, where I'm getting a lot of these stories, where he was in grave condition. Condition?
Condiction.
That's not a word.
Conviction.
That's when you. That's what I call gay sex
We
at a
had
graveyard.
some wings and some pizza.
You have good enough diction to
And some
convict
shots.
So
something.
you're in grave
you're
condition.
appropriately saying your
That-
conviction.
That man had diction. I liked it. That sounds
Who,
better than
Obama?
addiction.
Obama had great diction.
Addiction. But yeah, so it's just a few days ago where he was in grave condition. Great.
Well, it's not
Come
getting
on,
better.
Rocky.
It's
I
not
was
getting
gonna say though,
better.
it's
Shut
in the
up.
title though. We kind of knew where this is heading. It was in the
Komodo
title,
dragon mouth
grave
here.
condition. Where are you
Well,
going to wind
it
up?
turned grave, and he shit himself at 50 years old.
Wow.
From drugs.
Well,
wow.
From a heart attack, suffered from an overdose,
Yeah,
I believe.
you can't do that.
And now even like we talked about it on our show, which is a great show. You guys should check it out. It's better. Funny to informing on all your podcast outlets. We talked about it on our show that there's been a bunch of spin-off headlines because of it, and one of them was even like, and how it's affected so many people. I saw one of them was Demi Lovato spoke up. She's just speaking up on everything now.
Yeah. She was
Anything
on
that's like
Joe Rogan,
overdose,
right?
and then she goes, "Oh, I want to talk about it."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, his overdose scared me." Well, I hope, fucking course it did. It scared me, and I don't do hard drugs like that. So
You
it's
know,
like, of course it scared you.
It happens to a lot of rappers, and sometimes they don't even make it to 50 before it happens to them.
Right.
Like Mac Miller.
Damn,
I've
we can't even
wondered
make it to
where
50.
the limit is a million times because I've done a lot. I don't think I'm telling any tales here out of
No, no,
school.
no.
I've
Look at
done a lot of drugs. Not like wasted my life amount, but like I've done a lot.
Right. You've definitely pushed it to the limit.
Is there a fuzz on my
See,
mic?
some of that scares me. Like,
yeah.
going a little too far with anything.
That's what I'm.
You know
That's what
I
I'm
mean?
wondering. Where is the limit? Like, how much coke do you have to do before you have a hole in your heart? How much mushrooms do you have to do before you're never right again? How much weed do you have to smoke before you're burnt?
It can even be something, for me, it's as simple as smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I can never, no matter how much I try to smoke cigarettes or want to love them and fully indulge myself in them, I can never get past a pack a day. And I, for sure, most
That
days.
sounds like
smoke.
a lot.
But some people say, I smoke 3 packs a day.
2-3 packs a day. I'm like, what? You're clearly chain smoking at that point. I couldn't,
Like,
even when I
how?
smoked at my height, I couldn't get past a pack in
my
a day,
prime,
dude.
smoking, like,
I have things to
peak
do.
lungs.
Right.
I'm
Doesn't
not
it
smoking
get you
more
sick?
than that.
Tobacco makes me sick.
I don't think I smoke enough, like, on a regular
Oh, yeah?
basis.
You want to step it up there, John?
No.
Yeah, we should do like that
Coming out
thing
soon.
where
Rest in
you're-
peace, John edition.
You know when your dad finds you and he makes you smoke the whole pack? Well, we should see if you could smoke a whole pack. Like,
I don't
tape
think,
them all
I think
together.
that's a real punishment. I don't think I could. Because
It has happened. It happened to my uncle. My grandfather caught my uncle smoking and was like, "Oh, you're gonna smoke the whole pack," and he fucking smoked, made him chain smoke until he fucking threw up.
Yeah.
and he never smoked again until he was an adult, and then he smoked
I
for years and years.
The
And then he
one
quit, and then he
time-
was on dip, and
Full
then he quit
circle.
dip.
I've thrown up from tobacco, but it was because we were drinking and somebody had some dip, and then of course I tried that bullshit and threw up fucking everywhere.
Wild,
Yeah, not fun.
disgusting.
Yeah,
What's the color of that vomit?
It's brown. It's brown like poop.
So I mentioned my
It looks
uncle.
like a coffee
He
shit.
smoked and he quit, and then he dipped, and then he quit dipping. And I didn't know he dipped because it was before I was born or whatever. And the way I found out is I was chewing like spearmint gum one time, and he was near me, and he was like, "Who's chewing spearmint gum?" Or it was like specifically whatever wintergreen, I think it was called. Who's
Yeah.
chewing wintergreen gum? And I was like, I am. How did you know that's exactly what gum I was chewing? And he was like, it's wintergreen. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I can't mess with wintergreen at all. He
Yeah.
was like, and I said, why? He says, I was when I dipped, I was like, I didn't know you dipped. He said, yeah, when I was younger, I dipped. Another dude at work also dipped, and he would spit his fucking spit in a bottle or whatever. And the bottle that he was spitting in this time was colored, so he couldn't see it. And it was next to his bottle. It was a dip spit mix up. He picked it up and drank wintergreen dip spit.
That is fucking
so
disgusting.
disgusting.
Yeah. So now when he smells wintergreen, Lifesavers gum, anything, he's very triggered. And he was almost to the point like, spit that gum out.
I
please."
won't get,
But
like-
he's not an asshole and knows not to expect.
I
Shit's
won't
nasty.
get into the
But yeah,
story, but
I
the
totally
same
understand.
thing happened to a friend of mine, Dick, my buddy Dick. He,
dick spit? Don't drink that either.
Yeah, duh.
If you do, call me.
But he has
Just
the
kidding.
same thing with
Just kidding.
Cheetos. And
Oh.
like Cheetos are forever ruined, and if there's a
what-
whiff of them,
So
it's fucking
somebody
all
was
over.
dipping with Cheetos and then spitting the orange spit
No,
somewhere,
I know,
like in a
it's
Sunkist
slightly
can. I had no
different.
idea.
I
But
can't
it's-
do pancakes. I threw up. I got horrible food poisoning one time when I was a kid.
How do you cannot get food poisoning from pancakes?
No.
No,
I got
right.
food poisoning the night before from whatever we had. I
Okay.
just flown into Texas. I
And
was
boy,
probably,
were your arms tired.
I was probably like
Stop
12.
it.
I was probably like 10 or 12, and I was in Texas, and we stopped somewhere, maybe even I want to say Outback, which I
yeah,
love
famous
Outback.
for pancakes.
I actually had Outback yesterday, but we had something, and the next day I was sick.
Okay.
and so in the morning we had breakfast.
Right, you had a
Eggs,
Flo's
bacon, pancakes,
fillet.
whatever.
Flo, it's in the name.
And I
What'd you
threw
get?
up maple syrup out of my fucking nose.
I thought he was about to raffle off
Ooh.
ingredients.
Yeah,
I
no.
threw up 3 tablespoons.
No.
I threw up like pretty medium well
2
filet
full
mignon.
ounces of.
No. I did have a medium rare prime rib last night, 16 ounces of freedom. It was really good. Actually, half of it's still at my house. Man, it was good.
Speaking of steakhouses, I didn't get this in on our show. I got to get it out there somewhere. Did you hear? And I know you both did because I mentioned it earlier. But the founder of Texas Roadhouse,
yes,
the guy got COVID. It wraps into your COVID story too. Thank God your legs didn't hurt this bad, Rock.
Yeah.
But he got COVID, and his symptoms were so bad he killed himself.
Yeah,
dude was like 65.
See, that could have been Rocky a week ago.
Yeah, yeah.
We're glad you're here with us. Cheers to that.
How are they that?
Rest in peace to that guy's steakhouse.
That's crazy. How do you feel that bad?
You know what? It's funny.
Maybe there was more.
I've wondered, like, while on like severe like mushroom trips and stuff. Like, has anybody? I mean, I'm sure they have. Has anybody ever gone so far or been so sick or whatever that they're like, you know what? This hurts so bad, or this is so scary. I'd rather not live the rest of my life.
Oh yeah.
Just to
like kill themselves on a bad trip. I'm sure bad trips have caused people to kill themselves.
Yeah. Well, also I've thought about it while sick too. I remember. The sickest I've ever been was when I got shot. I didn't take care of it.
Oh, God.
And then
so
I walked around.
Jesus,
yeah,
Rocky.
I know. I'm such an idiot. I was 19. I walked around with half a bullet in my ass, my side.
Side ass.
For like
a
few days. And I wasn't showering a lot. I was a dirty little teenager. Ugh. And then I took like a red-eye flight to Florida and ended up seeing my doctor a few days later. And he even told me, he said he goes, if I took your blood out and put it in someone else, it would kill them.
Oh, you had blood poisoning.
Yeah, I had straight up blood poisoning. He was like, I have no idea how you're alive. It's not the first time I've come into it.
Good thing you didn't eat that out back that time. You had food poisosoning and blood poisoning. You're donezo.
Dude, it's not the first time I've come to that man half dead. But he gave me he gave me the same antibiotics that you give to gangrene patients.
Holy
and people that got like frostbite and stuff and like lose a limb like a bad way. And it fucking whatever was in me, it zapped out within a few days, and it was the best I've ever felt.
Where was the bullet in your body?
It was right here on my side.
See, you're lucky you have a right leg or left leg. That would be left leg.
We're lucky we have two legs, all of us. Let's be honest.
That was what hurt the most when I had COVID. Like, I wasn't really that sick. A little bit of congestion, nothing crazy.
Very weird.
My ears are still a little funny. Kind of feels like I'm underwater sometimes.
Okay, so they match how they look.
My girlfriend was a little sick, but mainly for me, it was my legs were on fire and it hurt. Like I said, so bad that I wondered. I was like, because if I stretched, it hurt. If I massaged them, it hurt. The only thing that kind of made them not hurt was getting to be up constantly walking around.
Yeah, just moving
and they
them?
were still on fire the whole time. But if I laid down and didn't move them at all, it was not bearable.
I think you're confusing COVID with legitis.
Legitis.
Well, I have restless legs anyways.
Classic
I
legitis.
covered my legs in BioFreeze and took a whole bunch of Tylenol. Yeah.
You're like Mr. Freeze legs.
I've never felt like so bad that I've have been tripping so hard or whatever that I've wanted to like kill myself. But there's been times where it's like, if I were to die right now, that would be okay. You know, like I'd be
I can
fine
die
with
like
it.
an I can die happy moment.
Right,
that type of thing.
like,
I had
I'm
that
fine.
the first time I ate a real Philly cheesesteak. I think I told the guy I could die happy now.
Like somebody
but I
could-
was only like
yeah.
in my 20s. I would have missed so much. I was so dumb. If I couldn't have died happy, I needed all this experience. I would have missed out on this, guys.
This
I could be
epidemic.
making the worst jokes ever on this show if I died back then.
I've wondered like what's the closest I've ever. I know a few of them, but there's got to be a few times where you have no idea how close you've come to dying.
Oh yeah.
Like even if it's not
maybe
like,
multiple times a day when we drive in cars. Guys.
Well,
Literally, like how many
there's-
times
see,
did
that's
we?
the easy one.
Did we almost get in a wreck that you know of, and then how many times did you almost get in a wreck that you didn't even
You
know?
could have walked
'Cause
right
the
by
guy
a
you drove
poisonous
past,
snake.
right? Or the guy you drove past is hammered.
That
and
butterfly
not paying
effect.
attention. Yeah, absolutely.
You could put your hand on a railing. There could be a black widow right underneath that motherfucker.
Why can't it be a white widow, bro? Come
Because
on.
white
Hey,
widow.
hey.
But
Not
yeah,
nice.
I've
Don't
often
say that.
I've often wondered that.
I've been wondering the same thing. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's sometimes
Final
it's
Destination.
milliseconds. You know, because it's the same thing with like photography. Like photography is art for the same reason that like if you don't get the photo in that window that you snap it, you know, you lost your moment. The time is gone.
Some photos.
Well, but that's
like
the same
action
thing.
photography.
Final Destination made me so aware of that.
Yeah.
When like you know, like the guy doesn't get the flight, and then as the flight. You
right.
know, like the
as
plane
it starts,
leaves.
that's what sets the scene for the
blows
whole
up.
movie
Yeah.
franchise after that, really, right?
Right.
There's 3,
I've never
4, 5
seen any of those.
Oh,
A
it's-
roller coaster goes
The first
off.
one was
never seen
really
any
good.
movies.
It's like it makes you think of kind of the butterfly effect. So anyway, like I was saying, quickly, the backstory, as everyone listening and watching knows, is that the guy is on a plane. It starts out, he's boarding a plane. It shows him walking onto the plane, getting a seat, sitting down, blah, blah, blah. A couple minutes in, he sees like all this weird specific shit going on. He looks and he's seeing the people on the plane. Boom. It snaps to, he wakes up. He looks around. It's like deja vu moment. He's like dreaming about what happens. Oh no. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because he fell asleep.
He continues to dream. He continues to dream. The plane takes off. It's flying. They have fucking problems. The fucking plane, as soon as it takes off, the plane fucking explodes. That's when boom, snaps to, he wakes up. Everything is happening deja vu style. They haven't taken off yet. He starts freaking out. Let me off the plane. It's going to blow up. Because he's saying it's going to blow up on a plane, they fucking escort him off the plane quickly, get him the hell out of there. The plane takes off. He's standing in the airport, watches it through the window. It fucking blows up. Just so he essentially had deja vu of it happening.
Wow.
Avoided it. So then the premise of the rest of the whole movie is now death. You were slated for death on that flight. You avoided it. Now death is coming for you.
Oh, and that's why.
So it's like coming for him at every turn.
Yeah, like a drink will spill on one of like his electrical equipment.
Right, drink will spill on the floor and then run across the floor to an exposed wire near where he's at. And like he steps out of the area just in time. But it's all fucking and it electrocutes that area.
It's all like happenstance. You know, it's like you never know.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Death is not something you see. It's just an arrangement of things made to happen. I know. Well, and he becomes so paranoid. Spoiler alert! In the movie, at the end, he's like in a cabin with booby traps around everywhere and pillows and shit. And he's
crazy.
Like, nothing come near me because death. And he can't sleep because death might kill him in his sleep. So he's just like in a corner in a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
With booby traps around him, trying to avoid death.
That's what I want to do.
It's a great premise, though. So I would highly recommend the movie. It branches out into so many extras. You don't have to watch those. Watch the first one though; it's good.
I'm gonna end up, and this is not me trying to be funny. I am gonna end up some sort of crazy as an older gentleman.
Right.
If
You're
I
like a
make
prepper.
If I make it to that, my fucking stepdad was
See, the way I see Rocky when he's older is like when he's 70, he's going to rip off his shirt and want to fight somebody in their 20s.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, like at Bike Week or something.
No.
Yeah, like hanging out with that lady with the boner garage tattooed on her belly.
I saw her not too long
She's a real
ago.
thing.
I know. I saw her. We were at the beach a few weeks ago. She was there.
I saw her. We were at the same Burger King together, holding hands.
I've seen her 100 times. I don't think I'm going to be the fighting kind because I'm 33 and I'm already scared as fuck to fight somebody in their 20s. That sounds awful. I don't think I can
right?
fight anymore.
I don't want to fight anybody.
It's been a long
20s
time
either.
since I've been in a fight. The last thing that happened was I punched that guy at the 7-Eleven. That was the last.
Oh shit! If I had a nickel for every one of those,
but you're not asking for it at that point.
No, they tried to rob me and I knocked his fucking teeth out. It was funny as hell. I was laughing so fucking hard. So like, I don't like fight. Like it would be really hard for me to get into an angry fight. Like a lot of the fights the last few altercations, I've just hit somebody that was asking for it, pretty much. I did throw
like the shitstorm comes to you.
I threw a few people
what
out
was
of the
he
local.
Wearing? He was asking for it. You see that skirt?
Well, the guy was wearing a fucking dress.
Some would argue you're asking for it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much. But whatever.
It could go either way.
Don't start shit if you can't fight.
Yeah, who's to say there's not punk music playing in their car? They see Rocky, they think it's a mosh pit, and they're just coming at him, bro.
Speaking of dying, there's another story about death here that we have. Sorry.
Let's do it. Rest in peace.
What?
I guess we can talk about it when we get back, but 2 teenagers robbed an Uber Eats guy, and dude, it's fucking so... Did you guys talk about this?
Yeah, on our show, but we have background, and we can talk about it for
Dude,
sure. We talked about it last week.
Just
we know
it's a fucking crazy story. That video is wild too. You should play some of the audio.
Ends up flipping his fucking car.
Yeah. Don't give it all away if we're going to break.
Don't give it. All right, we're not gonna give it all away. This story's only a week old.
Strong burp.
Give it away. Give it away now. No, don't do that. Anthony Kiedis is wrong.
Oh, well, you're the puns. The puns.
I'm changing my name to Punzenberg.
Pizza Punzenberg.
It's hard to handle sometimes.
It is hard, like a wiener. When we get back, we have a couple of good stories, and the fun will continue after this break. I think we should play Drinking Last Night from the Supervillains, because that's what we were all doing. And even though you had 18 pieces of pizza, John drank half a bottle of Jamie.
Yep.
I went ham.
He does that.
I did this weird thing where I woke up in the middle of the night and started drinking for no reason. That was stupid. And I woke up with a headache. It was bad.
Already found the song.
All right.
Beautiful.
Supervillains.
What happened? Last night I must have got my boots on, because I woke up with my shoes on. I got might have broke my guitar, and I'm still wondering where I parked my car.
Dude, where's my car?
I got this feeling in my head,
Where's your car, dude?
and my breath smells just like my med. I'm trying to remember what I said, but all my friends keep telling me that drinks were free, and the girls were so sexy. Yeah. You know that love, she done drove me to drinking. Drinking last night, and I think I got into a fight. My neighbors called the cops, SWAT team, helicopter with searchlight. But I was hiding in a tree, that's why they never found me. Made my way back to the party, and an hour and was a wheel. Let me tell you, friends, the drinks were free, and the chronic was so tasty. You know that love, she done drove me to drinking. Last night I did some thinking, which is probably why I started drinking. You took the wind out of me, and now I can't breathe. But if I could smoke a joint in public, I probably wouldn't be such a drunk dick. I would offer compliments instead of talking shit. Last night together we looked at the stars. Holy shit, I think I found my car. I've got to clean up this disgrace. Watch sister drawing out my face. Go to my favorite breakfast place and start all over again, because the drinks were free and the chronic was so tasty. And if you want to come test me, on la gatita make your nose bloody.
All right, I have another beer now. Now I have too many beers.
So many beers. You have like 4 mini beers.
It's racking
Well,
up.
this one's empty. That one, see, that one's almost half. This one's This one's full, but it's
chug the shit out of one, man. Me and John will vamp.
It's hot.
John, be ready to vamp.
Vamp? What's a vamp?
Vamp. Stretch.
Yeah, we'll go through it as but you got to chug. You got to drink and drink.
Chug.
You are falling behind. That's so weird.
No.
I feel like I'm keeping up
I'm
just
pretty
fine.
old too. This thing's hot, but I'm gonna get rid of mine. You guys vamp.
It's like a beer soup.
I haven't been
That's
drinking.
warm.
I haven't been drinking a lot. We've been quarantining, and my girlfriend's such a fuddy-duddy.
I like how a year later Rocky's quarantining. A bit late.
I quarantined the first time, and now that I've just recently gotten over COVID, I know for a fact that I had COVID before everybody was kind of talking about it.
Oh, you're one of those?
Well, when I
had
was
it before it was known.
when I was in
I'm patient zero.
I'm one of the first.
when I was in New Orleans, I felt like shit for a couple days. I didn't feel great, and my body kind of hurt, and I couldn't explain.
Right, you were traveling too, so it's highly possible.
I was on, dude. I had just gotten back from I was traveling all over the. I was going from, literally coast to coast, and we ended our little stay. We went to, I think we ended up Louisiana, Texas, and then the Keys.
Oh yeah,
Louisiana, Texas, Miami, the Keys, and
I feel like you personally, you were the Southeast super spreader.
Yeah, well,
which could also be your wrestling.
What's
name
funny?
for when Vince McMahon hires you.
Talking about flying everywhere in a plane.
Southeast
comes
super
right
spreader.
over.
You know what's funny is it happened really quickly. I don't know if you guys remember, but it happened really quick. I was sick in New Orleans, and I remember eating like a $50 steak that tastes like nothing. So that was another thing. But I never heard the word COVID. And then so we went to Texas, and I I think I was pretty much over it by then.
Right.
And then on our way home from Texas,
was the steak from a Texas Roadhouse in Texas?
It was not.
All right, I was going to want to come full circle.
It was a nice place in Louisiana.
I was going to say your review of tasteless steak made it man kill
Were
himself.
there any suicidal thoughts that came with eating that steak?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. If you've had a bad $50 steak, it makes you want to kill yourself.
Oh, the regret
suicidal
there?
tendon steaks.
Real regret. Yeah.
Suicidal tenderloins.
And we have a name.
Oh,
for the
that's a great documentary about bums in the
Write
hate
that down.
Ashbury's.
Somebody text that to yourself. Suicidal tenderloins.
I like that.
On the flight home from Texas, I remember seeing a few masks, and me and my girlfriend were going, "Why in the hell would you need a mask?
Yeah, why are you
for
wearing a
anything?
mask?
What
Right,
the
right.
fuck is that?"
That's not an American thing.
I was because I have always been really I don't like touching stuff. Way before COVID, I don't like touching stuff, especially if I touch something and it's wet and it's not
Right.
supposed to be wet.
Oh,
I don't like that.
This guy's
then
dry
you,
peckers only.
Universal
Yeah.
Studios is known for that. You'll just touch a random pole or something, and you go, "Why?
You get in your
Why
head.
is it sticky?
Yeah, what is wet on this, right?
What in the fuck is that?
You start
Because it's
speculating.
just a light pole.
Right. Well, they, yeah.
You know,
but the
or
weirdest
a
is like
handrail.
why is this toilet seat wet?
There's lots of kids.
Oh, okay. It's
Lots
just
of
urine.
kids.
You're
Oh,
fine.
that's 12-year-old pee. I know that.
Oh,
that's
my God.
like a 12-year-old Scotch. But anyways,
Kelly, you serious?
How does that age?
well, by the time we went from New Orleans to Texas to Miami to the Keys, COVID was in full fucking effect. This is over a month now. We're talking about
Right,
several months, because we stayed in the Keys for a long fucking time. And you remember we got caught there, and we did our first quarantine episode from the Keys.
We had to kind of do it remotely. Yeah, I mean, it was all the wrong timing.
Yeah. Well, also, we came as soon as they put the effect on. We came in that day. We were about an hour after they instilled the first curfew. We came in about an hour after.
This is right around like
it was like March
St.
20
Patty's Day last
yeah,
year.
March
a little later than
20 something 30th.
That was when we still thought that it was only going to last a few weeks.
Yeah, 2
Like,
weeks.
2 months.
Flatten the curve. That was when Flatten the Curve
Yep.
was big.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now,
And then the curve was the curve of the entire Earth, except for the flat earthers. They don't
Yeah.
believe that.
yeah. Well, and when things
uh,
go back to normal,
that'll
there's
never
still
happen.
going to be
New
those
normal.
sanitizer
I like
stations.
your
a new normal.
Your
Yeah.
optimism is childlike and entertaining. We're never going back to.
No, there will never be
we're never going
normal
back.
as we knew it. But I will say
I
this.
like the masks.
I don't mind it either. I will say
I like the
I don't,
6 feet apart thing a lot.
Yeah, I'm not upset at all with the social distancing or the fewer people in bars and restaurants and whatever. I'm a fan of that. I'm not a huge fan of giant crowds.
Everybody stay
so I'm
home
cool with
but
that.
me.
Let's no. Let's hang out alone. Like hang out in our small groups. Let's just 3 to 4 people group it up.
The only thing I didn't
with
like
my
was
pod,
not going
my
to
people
work.
that I know.
That's my big thing. Is I don't like being off the clock.
No, absolutely. But
God, my job got
I feel
crazier.
like the new
A lot of
normal.
people did.
When
your job got
when
crazier?
everyone's working
Oh
from
yeah,
home?
yeah. His job picked up.
Yeah,
randomly of
I
all
mean,
people.
taking care of people's properties and the fact that they work from home now and get to be home when they see their property falling apart.
So when I was doing my
Oh, yeah.
handyman shit, I didn't even want to do that stuff, but I kept finding so much lucrative jobs because, and this is the truth, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical here, but it was older housewives watching Home and Garden all day,
Right.
and then finding a
You
project
show up with
for
a
me
pizza
to
box
do.
with your dick hole cut in.
You know, they're staying inside. There's not
Pretty
a lot.
much.
They're not spending their money on the same things that they were going out shopping or whatever. And if they're online, however it was going, they had extra income. And I remember going to people's house all the time and picking up hundreds and hundreds of dollars for arbitrary dog shit that some woman wants to move this over here and patch this hole. And all of a sudden, it's all these. It's a honey-do list.
Yeah, it's
but
people
you
with
add up-
disposable income.
you add
Yeah.
up time and materials and like the work that's going to be involved, and it's like, yeah, that has to be what the price
I
is.
would have kept doing that, but it was just time to. I found a job with some nice benefits and all that, so I'm good.
Sweet.
I'm good where I'm at now.
And see, now I'm like you. I want to travel.
Yeah.
Now that it's like lightening up and shit, I want to travel. I got plans to go to Nashville
I'm
soon. And then later in the year, I think we're going to do a family trip to like Gatlinburg and go like maybe near the Dollywood
I'd love to
area.
go to Tennessee.
Yeah,
soon.
'cause
Like,
I'm going to St.
yeah.
Augustine and then
Right?
to Vegas after that.
Dude, right before
It's
COVID,
time.
In
right before
2022, I'm going to New York.
I
I've
went
already got
to-
that on the book.
I went to-
yeah.
I went to Georgia, West Virginia, North Carolina, California.
See?
Las Vegas,
Southeast
Nevada.
super spreader over here.
And then Louisiana, Texas, and then Massachusetts to dude, yeah, I've done a.
You'd make a good mass hole.
See all those
think so.
weird.
I'm not like them.
Like what
You could be though. You could just get into hockey and be a prick. So
you could try to call it Wuhan flu and China flu, or whatever. It's the Rocky flu.
The Wuhan.
It's the Rocky flu.
The Rocky flu. I'm sure. I'm sure. I must have.
Kill the whole world. Kill the whole world.
I didn't know what it was doing.
Infection.
I didn't know what I was doing, and then as soon as we knew what COVID was, we stopped. We did stop. We've been at my girlfriend's house for a fucking year.
Yeah.
It has been awful.
I know. I'm so tired
have
of it.
the
I'm so happy to be out of your girlfriend's house.
I have the worst ADD. I have the worst ADD ever. The only thing I did was hang out with you guys on Saturdays and do the show.
Right, Saturdays and Mondays, and then that's flipped
been
around.
pretty
that can
much
never
what
happen.
it's been.
Yeah.
That's what I said a long time ago. That even during the whole thing, I was
very
like,
simple.
and when I told you guys when I was going through it real rough, like this is my escape. And, now it's not even. It still is my escape, to be honest with you. But I'm in a much better place. But I still am happy to fucking do these things every week. I look forward to them. It's like my job that doesn't pay me.
We'll try to keep up.
Good
on
thing we don't spend money on it.
Work
Why
of
did we
love.
do it last week? I was sick.
That was
You
when,
were COVID.
It was like
I was sick. We were
iffy
gonna try to
period.
do something over the phone. I mean, it's a fucking
Yeah, well,
it always sounds like shit.
Coleman is vax or
I'm half
semi.
vaxxed.
Yeah,
Semi.
that doesn't mean dog shit.
I'm rocking a semi.
Are
that
you,
doesn't mean anything.
Are you planning on
It
getting
means
it? Rob?
in
If-
2 weeks when I can get my second vaccine and I have my little card filled out, I can fucking travel. That's what it means.
That's true, yeah.
And not to say that they're stopping people from doing that yet, but I can travel internationally,
will.
which in the next
Pretty
couple
soon-
years I have plans on that too.
pretty
It's
soon
a whole
if-
different V card.
Though it's like
I got
your
'em both
papers.
now.
It's like you got to show the
Yeah.
Gestapo
Well,
your papers.
you saw papers.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so it's funny. I'm glad we're bringing this up because I've talked about this with several people. So at work, I have just for instance, and because this is a thing that happens everywhere, but I have a handful of people at my job that are all younger than me. This is what's weird to me is that they're all younger than me, and they're all like, I know 3 specifically that are like, I ain't getting that fucking vaccine. And all pretty much 2 of them for pretty much I don't trust the government and I don't know and all that. And then one guy literally specifically said, I ain't getting no microchip in me. Meanwhile,
that
he's
nanotechnology
he's
shit.
on his fucking phone every day. Like,
Right.
Yeah, you got a
if you're gonna
microchip
be
in
like
your
that,
pal-
then get a fucking
in your
flip
pocket.
phone
Opening
and call it a
apps.
day.
Yeah,
right,
well,
right.
You better have
You
a
asked
burner
me.
phone.
You asked me if I would get it.
Yes, good question.
I would. But
well, you can
I definitely.
anytime you want.
How? I thought you had to be qualified or something.
Yeah, you have to be
Well, no, yeah.
16 and older for Pfizer, 18 and older for Moderna, which you fit.
That's it.
That's
Right,
it.
yeah.
And every American that wants it, whether you have insurance or not, it is free.
We were
Really?
kind of in the
Yeah.
back of the line because they
Okay.
were opening it
I didn't know that.
slowly.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
went.
know
It
that.
went 70 and up, 60 and up, 50 and up, 40 and up,
I
and
definitely
then
think-
16 and up. They just open it wide.
Yeah.
I definitely think we should have tested that out on homeless people for a few years.
Well,
at least
we didn't have a few years to
I
do
know.
it. We
Well,
tested
so-
it out on volunteer people, homeless
Yeah.
or not. Like we know, for instance, Sean Watson. Sean Watson was
The
in
news junkie.
was in the vaccination trial program, and he
My-
got the placebo.
My girlfriend, she got her second vaccination.
Yep.
And then the first thing that happened was she got COVID.
That's crazy.
We both got COVID.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand how she got COVID.
Well, that they tell you the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting COVID. It does
I guess,
nothing.
and what I've been
It does
reading is
literally
that
nothing.
is that you can still get it afterward. You can still be a carrier. It's just not gonna.
No, you can
you're not
show
gonna have symptoms.
Yes, you can get symptoms. You can get sick.
You know, do you know she got COVID from a test that she took that she tested positive for?
We
it?
don't know where we got COVID.
No.
My roommate, myself, and my girlfriend all got it. But ironically, the Saturday that I started feeling bad, we were doing yard work with her family. We had the kid over. We had her brother over.
Right.
We were doing yard work, and we were all in the family. The family's the only people that we've really been
Right.
seeing. There's a
Primarily the older ones.
There's a
you
close
know?
few.
Let's cough on the grandpas.
Well, no, we have actually Grandma and Grandpa. They've been taking it easy because
I'm sure they're vaccinated.
No,
'cause they're older.
No, they're
Oh, they don't
they're-
want microchips either.
Dude, they're old Italian.
Yeah.
They're not. No,
Just tell them
No.
it's fucking pasta noodles you're getting, and it's
dude.
fine.
Oh
Right.
well, so here's the thing. One of them
a spaghetti spread.
can't
Give you
because
some
she has
Suicidal in your
kidney
arms.
cancer.
Okay.
So the effects of
I was
the
gonna say, yeah.
vaccine
For things
could
like that, who knows what's
hurt
gonna, right.
her, pretty bad.
Chemo and stuff
I
probably too.
wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm not
getting it out of like fear that I get COVID, because I haven't been living in fear, but I'm getting it in that like a little bit of like I can breathe easy, like figuratively and literally a little bit. And also, like I said, I can travel, and I just would rather be on the side of the vaccinated people because I'm going to have more access to things.
The traveling aspect
I
is
would do
definitely
it
a
for
thing.
all the wrong reasons. I would do it to travel because I do love to travel a lot. We do
I know
a lot
you
of
do.
traveling.
Absolutely.
And,
I just
then
don't
I'm trying to get on
I
your
just don't
level.
want to. I feel guilty, and I don't want to give it to anybody else.
That's
So
what I'm saying. You want to feel
if
safe.
I have COVID, I
around
feel like I'm going to
going to your
survive it and
family.
be fine.
Absolutely.
But
that's why I'm
It's
not
who
living
you
in
pass
fear
it
of it.
to.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
why we did an extra week of quarantining, as a matter of fact, just for that reason. So I'm not against any of that stuff in the science, but I would literally only get the vaccine to avoid being yelled at by Karens.
Hey, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah, whatever gets
I'm
you the
happy with that.
vaccine.
It's just like at voting time. I don't care who you vote for. Just go
Just
fucking
vote, yeah.
do it.
So
it's for the best of humanity.
And then,
so just do it.
another thing that actually helped my thinking behind it is a lot of my friends are much, much smarter than me. And my best friend, one of my all-time best friends, Steve Myers, who you guys have met, he was telling me
Super
about...
smart.
Yeah, he's a very smart guy.
Guy's a genius. Yeah.
69 fingers, Steve?
No. But
I was like,
he's
that's a different Steve.
he's very smart. I have two best friends named Steve.
that guy's from 74 Toes.
I was going to say,
confuse them.
Rocky has a
every
few
time.
Steves that are like, yeah,
a lot
they're
of
all
Steves,
so much
a
smarter
lot of
than him.
Chris's, couple Johns.
Yep.
But
And that's the 12 apostles, ladies
Steve
and
was telling
gentlemen.
me that Pfizer,
Peter and Paul, and they got him.
Peter and Paul
and
didn't
Paul,
make the cut.
I do have a Paul.
You do have a
See, you're right. Big Wiener Paul,
Big
the
Wiener
apostle
Paul,
of
my
big
roommate.
wieners. He's got to be the Judas of the group. Just saying.
He would be right.
Him and his big wiener
He
Judas
would
you
be.
out. Bro.
Yeah, him and his big old dick. Fucking, they'll leave you in the dust.
Do you find it ironic that the first part of the name Judas is Jew?
Where are your papers? But
Nice to see you taking the Heil road.
No, I don't have anything,
These
so
are
I
jokes,
can't keep
folks.
it going.
These are jokes.
Wow.
Do not take these out of
but
context.
I would take the vaccine just to make people shut up. I don't think it helps or anything. As a matter of fact, I can prove to you it doesn't do
God.
anything because
Oh
my
my God.
girlfriend just got COVID after getting her vaccine. But again, I would do it just so people will not talk to me.
Well, and just to not be
best way to-
responsible for anything.
The best way to have people not talk to you is don't get the vaccination, don't wear a mask, and cough.
Yeah. Well,
People will
so
keep their distance.
Everybody was
Bubble
hoping.
boy.
Rightfully
Everybody
so.
was hoping for a plague. Dwight Schrute said it best. We need a new plague or whatever. So many people wanted this for so long, and then when they got it, they complained
Never
about
waste
it.
a good plague.
But
I heard that recently.
I thought it was important to let it burn through, but the killing people is where it kind of got a little weird because it was killing nearly as many people as the flu every year, which is a lot.
Yeah, I think the total is a little bit over 500,000.
It's well over that now
That's
because
not
that
that
was a
many
while ago. Well, it was more than all three of what they call the Great Wars combined for America.
Well-
World War I, World War II, and I believe Vietnam.
If
It's a lot of
here's the
goddamn
thing,
people.
if it was,
I don't know
I
if I
reported
believe
that on our
that.
show.
If it was preventable, any
That's
death
a
is
lot.
too much. If you could have prevented the death, which I don't think you can, in something like this, and something kind of airborne, something to where we live in a handsy society. Our supermarkets, we're all touching everything.
Right.
Our stores.
Yet ironically, I get thrown out of strip clubs.
Yeah, you can't touch merchandise.
And what's
not
that
not
about?
in Florida. Actually, in Florida, yeah, you can finger them. You got to go into the back room.
But I'm telling you,
In
I'm
Canada,
like,
you can do
I
whatever you
tell
want.
the
You can
strippers
slip
every
a
time,
tip in.
sir, calm down.
Yeah, you can get naked. You
It
can,
doesn't matter.
you can get your weenie wet in
Doesn't
Canada.
help me. Yeah.
But you got to go.
But
all
you
the way to
won't touch it. Dry peckers only for this guy.
I would never touch a fucking hooker or a
no,
stripper.
a wet wiener.
Wiener maybe.
Dry peckers only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never touch a fucking stripper. Dude. When I tell you I don't like germs, I've been to strip. As a matter of fact, I'll get back to it. Steve.
One of these sentences are going to finish.
Yeah, Steve actually had to pay me $60 of his own money to get me into a strip club. But my
Okay.
friend Steve, that's what I was getting at.
And you immediately threw that in the air.
No, actually,
It's very unceremonial with 320s, by the way. It
I
doesn't
bought
look
beers
cool.
with it. I didn't give those whores any money. But he told me that Pfizer actually turned down a lot of government money because they didn't want to be basically at the
whim.
whim of the government, and they didn't want to have to explain anything or whatever, which is a little
Really?
sketchy. But also, I do like that they didn't take the government money because I fucking hate the government.
I was going to
don't
say
think
I kind
they
of
should
like
be doling
that
out
too.
any cash at
And
all.
They have enough money to do it privately,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's enough money out there to do it privately. Moderna
So-
took a lot of money from Dolly Parton. They credit Dolly Parton for fucking pretty much pushing through the Moderna vaccine because of her money.
Man, I'd love to put a pecker between those bazungas.
She is
But you
so
wouldn't touch them if they're
adorable.
wet.
I would sanitize and touch Dolly Parton.
Okay, all right.
She was so gorgeous, and like in her
it's not
day.
lube that does the fingers anymore. It's straight hand sanitizer, and then you get to
I
go
like
up in
it.
there.
There's
My-
some stinging.
my wiener would
That's some
self-lubricate.
That's gotta
stinging
burn.
Goodness.
That's gotta burn.
Wee.
Dolly Parton, my wiener would self-lubricate easy.
Fucking a sanitizer douche? That doesn't sound fun.
At some point, people are gonna have dispensers in their
I do
house.
sanitizer enemas, but that's just me.
I think you'll die if you do that.
Cleanest butthole ever.
Well,
I get
I
really
did-
drunk.
I did watch it. I was
And
gonna,
then-
dude. I was
and then
just
I-
gonna
and then I
say.
die.
I watched a guy on Intervention drink a bunch of hand sanitizer to get wasted, and did not work out for him well.
I woke up on a plane, ironically enough.
Sanitizingly fucked up.
Actually,
Yeah.
I woke up in a hospital bed
I do like the
at a veterinarian's office next to DMX.
I do like the sanitizing things. I think it should be customary from now on. Before you give somebody a gift back, or if you're borrowing something, to sanitize it before you give somebody something.
Okay.
Anytime that I have wet naps that I keep with me and sanitizers in the trunk. Anytime I'm handing over my credit card or whatever, it's being sanitized.
Oh, you do
I
all
don't
that?
hate. I don't hate that part. Not every
You gotta
time.
get one
but-
of those claws, like, and they're like in the toy section at Walmart.
No, I know.
But you give
I
your
like-
card up to
like
the.
you
I'm
used
not
to
above
pick up
that.
cigarette butts from your yard or something.
I'm not
right?
above
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Or those little claw thingies that you use to like put in, and it's got the 3-prong, and it and then you.
I see.
Oh, the claw game. That's
Yeah,
Oh, the game.
I like the game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
good at those.
I want the
fucking-
Make
stuffed
'em earn it.
raccoon.
Because I've seen like the prison inmates on the sides of the road sometimes using those.
Yeah,
To
and
pick
I'm like,
up trash
wow, that
and
guy's
shit.
got a weapon.
And I'm like,
He'll fucking robo-claw you to death.
I want one. Is what
A prisoner or a claw thing?
both?
Wow. New age slavery. You hear to hear, folks. John Hannon.
No.
Prisoner slavery. He
we
doesn't
be
care what
equals.
color you are. I don't care what your race is. Just work for me for no pay.
We be equals and have
That's
a lot
John's
of
thing.
fun.
Okay.
We'll scheme.
So it's like an
guys-
internship. I feel you.
Yeah, and if
I
you're a
feel you.
prisoner, you're talented at something. You're there for a reason. I
You're
just
right.
got to exploit
Oh,
the
use your
There's a
talent.
lot of
skills,
smart
right?
people
Use
in
it.
jail and prison, but they've just used their powers for evil.
Right.
Let's
You're gonna
move on.
You're
I
gonna
gotta
combine
find the
10
tax fraud
10
prisoner.
other prisoners and make Hannon's 11.
Do you guys want to?
I'm the grease man.
You guys want to hear a story about a gentleman who is leaving his wife because of her OnlyFans account, or do you
Ooh.
want to hear a story about Joe Biden, ironically, trying to finish the border wall?
Husband leaving wife over OnlyFans.
Part of me wants to say both, but I love the OnlyFans
Yeah,
controversy.
I don't wanna
Well,
get
so
into
this
the
isn't the
Biden
only thing. This one here is
presidential
from the Mirror. I'm not sure,
the
but
UK
this was
source.
this was reposted by Feminism is Cancer. But there was
Al
a husband.
Bundy's new outlet?
I believe this is from UK.
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
if it's from the
the
Mirror,
Mirror is
it's going to
UK.
be UK-ish.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is exactly what's happening. This woman, basically, she started an OnlyFans account, but she's also got an 11-year-old daughter. Her daughter's being bullied ridiculously
because
at
of
school.
her OnlyFans?
Because of her mother's
it's
OnlyFans,
bad
and the
out there.
husband is basically,
Are her friends on?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Profile?
No, it's ruining his life. The daughter.
I saw your mom get cummed on last night. Tell
yeah,
her,
it
thumbs
really-
up. I sent her a tip.
that-
It really
That's what's
says a lot
happening.
more about the
Gross.
bully's parents because somebody has access to this. You
Right.
know what I mean?
How are the kids seeing
Whether
this?
it's the bullies
Dude.
themselves or the bully's
A
parents.
13-year-old can figure out
You're
anything.
absolutely right. As long as they can get put money on a prepaid card at
I-
Walgreens, they can then go get on an OnlyFans.
Oh,
So
well, you're giving
my
ideas.
girlfriend has a teenage daughter.
Maybe do
they
that. Don't
are.
do that.
So
Do it.
we recently
Porn's
found our daughter's spare cell phone.
Ooh,
She's not
it's like-
allowed to have
like
that.
a prisoner.
She's not.
Shit.
Who the fuck is paying for
My
that?
question is, how does she smuggle it in the house?
Who her backpack?
Teenage
we
vagina
trusted her.
phone.
we trusted her. That's fucked up.
Put
But
a metal detector at the door.
who's paying for that? Her dad's not paying for it. Her mom's not paying for it.
Wow.
I'm certainly not paying for it. It works.
So what? She got a burner phone, dog.
So
She's
the
slanging.
only reason
Not good.
she's not allowed to have certain apps on her phone because she's a fucking teenager. And on that other phone, her mom, it
people
was
meet
tucked away. It
racist.
was folded up in a sheet, tucked away, and it was charging.
Wow.
And then when she looked at it, it was getting a notification from one of the apps that she's not supposed to have.
OnlyFans.
So
No, black people meet.
And this
Or
is
J-bait.
from this
Christian
is from
Mingle. Very racist.
This is from a very smart theater dork kid. So this is, she's not a crazy troublemaker. She's not like one of those kids. She's not like how
she's just a
basically
normal
I
kid.
was.
Right.
She's not like how I would have totally done something like this when I was a kid. I had a lot of things that were illegal. By her age, I was already having sex, doing drugs, all that shit.
You're not wrong. As much shit as they talk about this new generation of kids and how they're weird and different, and they are weird and different in their entertainment and shit like that. They're not. I feel like they're not doing the crazy shit we were doing when we were kids.
Yeah,
every kid I know of that age group, yes, it's
a lot of gossip.
It's a lot more virtual and a lot less real. We were really doing drugs and
check this out,
drinking, and committing crimes in person, and they're just talking and interacting on a digital way.
I had several phones when I was a kid growing up because I remember specifically
one for the plug, one for the hose.
I remember specifically, we only had 3 people in our family, my mom, my dad, myself, and we got 5 phones from an AT&T plan. So we had an extra one, which I would give to Steve or somebody else if they needed a phone. Now, we weren't doing this to be sneaky. I was doing this to be cool. Like, hey, I got an extra phone.
Right.
We got unlimited minutes. Go away. Go for it. Fire away.
Go away.
Go away.
Don't come around and call me.
I meant fire away. But we weren't trying to be like sneaky or anything. But some people have cool parents, quote unquote, who let them drink and have an extra phone and do all this other stuff or whatever. And then some.
That's me and John, apparently. We have those cool people.
So
our hands.
I guess so.
But we're wondering where the fuck this came from. Either way, an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, however you want to say, they can get this shit. And basically the entire, that's embarrassing. If your wife is doing something like that,
so now the husband's going to leave her? He didn't know about it? Or now because it's out there, he's going to leave her? That's pretty much shitty.
It's pretty much cheating.
Jinx.
If you're showing,
cheating?
It's pretty much cheating. If you're showing your tits and vagina to other people, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Well, that depends on the relationship.
Yep.
That's what I was going to say. Here's the thing. If the husband knew about the OnlyFans prior to it becoming known to everyone.
It doesn't sound like that.
And okay, so if he found out the hard way, so to speak, like the kid did and everything else, then that's another story. But if she had an OnlyFans, he knew she had an OnlyFans, and then all of a sudden she gets scrutinized because of it, and it's causing strife to your kid, for you to then leave your wife over the OnlyFans you knew she had the whole time, because of embarrassment, that's fucking shady.
It doesn't. From what I'm looking,
if that's the case,
because it says
there's a lot that
John
we don't
has no
know.
idea.
My wife went ahead and made the account and already posted some pictures, so he clearly didn't know about this. He clearly had nothing to do with this.
Well, then that's between them. Some people can handle that shit. Some people can't. I personally couldn't. I personally could not.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
I'm
just.
a freaky
but my
ass
girl
dude,
could
but
sell
I'm
her
freaky ass with
panties
one
online.
person. Huh?
My girl could sell her panties used online. We've all discussed this before.
Oh yeah.
And I think we decided we're fine with that, right? Because there's no face to face, just a faceless, nameless. Here's my panties sold online.
Well,
right?
how much of the cut are you getting from these panties?
I don't know if I'm getting any of the cut.
Are you getting hush money?
I mean, I'm not going to get hush money per se, but I mean,
an allowance.
But no, not even quote unquote, but just side benefits, and that we'll go out and she'll pay for some shit.
Yeah,
use that panty money, baby. You don't have to hand me money, but just use that panty money. That's all.
Often
let's go get some drinks. You got that panty money, babe.
To be cool with it, like he's cool with it because honestly, for every $500 I get, he gets 50 or something like that.
I see what you're saying.
But I think I would take him out for dinner, whatever the fuck.
Be okay with it, I think. Yeah, but not the whole OnlyFans. I'm not one of those that could deal with that.
Yeah. Well, it's destroying this guy's life, and the kid is being obviously relentlessly tortured at school. And basically, this isn't the only thing about this. This is happening more and more these days.
Well, and to be honest, there's not a single success story that I've heard of somebody having an OnlyFans and it going well.
What about the fucking Catch Me Outside girl?
I heard Catch Me Outside broke records.
Check this out.
It's creeping people out, and it's causing a little bit of a ruckus.
She's 18. Who cares? She can show her fucking pussy if she wants to.
Here's the first thing I thought and heard mentioned about that.
It's weird.
So she made this OnlyFans that went live like the day she turned 18, right?
The day she
turned 18. And she's posting like pictures and videos and stuff, right? And then, here's the first question. Were these pictures and videos taken after midnight on the day she turned 18?
I hope
or
so.
Were they not? And if they weren't, is this child porn? But again, nobody's ever going to look into that because now she's 18 and it's fine.
Hey, if you're 18, you can do whatever
it's
you
weird
want
though.
to.
It is a weird line. That's why
she made over $1 million the first day.
Well, yeah, and that's successful. The good portion of it. But I'm telling you, there is going to be a falling out, or she's going to have a relationship with somebody that is going to
it might
cause
affect
a problem.
a relationship
There's
or something.
nothing
Right.
good with starting an OnlyFans. Bella Thorne, I think was the big one on it.
She was a huge letdown because she got a bunch of money and then I think never even posted nudes or anything, which people kind of expect.
I'm telling you, it's never good. It's not one good situation is going to come out of having a raunchy.
This girl's name is Danielle Brigoli. Oh wow, she does have some.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Rocky's got a pants tent.
She's got quite a few. Yeah. Lots of stuff here.
Yeah, well, they were taking.
Oh, that's her.
She was taken when she was 17, bro. So no, it's I saw like a screenshot or something in a story from her OnlyFans.
So what people are
account.
doing are they're signing up for her OnlyFans and then leaking everything.
She is not attractive.
Yeah, just like I don't know. I haven't seen any leak stuff per se.
She's definitely not attractive.
No, she is a fucking weird. She's like a female Snoop Dogg or something.
She looks like she has a brother that looks exactly like her.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. He's way older and black.
I don't want this actually on my computer anymore.
Boy, I swear you're gonna have problems.
Well, I don't want my girlfriend seeing that shit. No, but
it was for the show.
Yeah, there's always that brother sister in school somewhere and they look exactly alike, and you're like, well, now I can never think of her as hot. Like it'll ruin it for me.
Oh yeah. Okay, no, I know somebody like that. Okay, I used to work with a guy, and his sister would come into the restaurant sometimes, and I would like jokingly be like, "Oh, your sister's cute, man. Let me get her number." Half joking, but I was kind of half like, "Oh, she was kind of cute, right?" But then I started looking at her more, and one day I saw them standing side by side, and I was like,
they look exactly the same.
I was like, dude, I could never fuck with her, because she looks like she looks like Nick, my buddy Nick.
That's a trap.
My first
his sister looks just like him in a way. At first, I didn't see it, but then side by side, and I was like,
my first real girlfriend that I had for 10 years, from when I was 13 to 20 something. I think it was more than 10 years then. But she had a identical twin brother who I was at one point best friends with.
Okay.
And they don't really look the same, even though they're
identical, but they don't look the same.
They don't look.
Okay.
I mean, I guess they're not identical twins.
That's my brother and sister. They don't look the same.
paternal
something,
twin. Yeah, paternal something.
But I mean, every once in a while, you could sort of see they obviously like it was weird. Sometimes they look.
Well, they have the familial resemblance, right? Like, yeah.
And
John looks nothing like his fucking brothers and sisters, bro. It's weird.
Oh, me and my other brother.
Do you have one brother that looks a lot like you?
No.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
You know what's funny
is like one of us is exact opposite. So like Danny Hanny.
Yeah.
Is like
that's what I'm saying.
He throws with his left. I throw with my right. I kick with my left. He kicks with his right. I write with my left. He writes with his right.
Weird.
Like we're exact opposite.
But and then also you guys look, and he's like kind of stocky. Yeah.
No, exactly.
My brother and I don't look anything alike until we're right next to each other.
Got you.
Like if you saw just two pictures of two guys, you'd be like, whatever. And then so you know what's funny is I didn't look like my mom until you got all three of us together, my mom, my brother, and myself. Then all of a sudden you could see it. Right. But I look exactly like my father. Same body.
I look scarily like a younger version of my dad.
Or something.
There's a picture of me, him and I from when I went to Texas last year.
Please find one. And post that because I want to see.
If he had tattoos.
Because I've seen your mom and I've seen your siblings. I haven't seen your dad.
So when I was in Nashville,
it looks like me with no tattoos.
2 weeks ago, I met my dad. First time I've seen that guy in like 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And
how'd that go?
And it went smooth. We've been. It was like I said, it wasn't just like a walk up, like hey, random. You know, we've been talking for months and months, so it was fine.
The end of this show, it was
a surely planned thing.
Yeah,
we're getting it out there.
But anyway, I was just gonna say, you want to talk about fucking looking the same? I mean, I'm a much more handsome younger version. But if I was an ugly Uncle Fester,
oh man.
He's so old and gross looking, but
you do have that happy face underneath that beard, yeah.
Well, I'm smiling, yeah, but he's
no. But you have the lines there. You guys look very.
And then we randomly showed up at this place wearing the same kind of hats.
That's
I never want to wear that style hat again. Just kidding.
Very
just
dapper.
kidding, Dad. If you're listening to this, which you don't because you can't figure out how.
Well,
but he does listen to our show.
How do I?
But he won't find this on Facebook probably. So we're good.
Tell him to go to 980 a.m.
He's been dude. He texts me now every week. About the show, about like what he heard on the show and shit.
Oh boy!
No, I mean Dude, I think I'm maybe expanding his horizons.
Don't make me.
I'm giving him some. I'm giving him
so
a little.
your listener base has doubled.
Yeah,
since
thank
then.
you. Well, no, it's funny. I made a joke to John. My sister died, and she listened to the show, and I told John, well, it sucks my sister died, but now we got to replace a listener. And then I was like, fucking, we got to replace that. What are we going to do? And then like the very next week, I got messages from my girl in Nashville and my dad about the show, and I was like, we doubled the one we lost. So
cheers
we're okay.
for breaking even or doubling.
Cheers to those we've lost.
Sorry for your loss.
And the losses, yeah.
But gaining listeners.
Never going to be forgotten.
All right. That was disgusting. These beers are going hot quick.
Yeah, they're getting a little hot cidery.
Moment of silence for dead folks' buttholes.
There you go. I hope they didn't poop. So, yeah, DMX died. Lots of cool stuff going on this week. We'll be back next week with some other cool shit. The news every day, I mean, it's not stopping. I was afraid that after Trump, things would kind of get a little boring, and then I realized what world I live in.
Yeah,
Right.
well, and as things start to become more available to us and we have more freedoms and options and stuff, I think now we're going to start to be able to do this on a consistent level.
Yeah.
Because we've been sporadic coming into 2021.
Yeah, it's been a weird one.
Hit and miss, but
I'm already planning my next trip out of town, just so you guys know.
He's already trying to leave again.
I am. I really am. No
Let me
joke.
get the fuck out of here.
I'm about to buy a ticket probably this week.
We're all a little restless,
fine.
to be honest.
Well, that's what I was waiting for. There we go.
I'll follow it.
You want to... Nice.
Hold the note.
I got restless keg syndrome.
All right. Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week. Do you guys have anything else you need to plug or anything like that?
Nope, just funny to informing.
Check it out.
Google it.
All right. And
That too.
yeah, we out this month.